Hi dear students, we are discussing general journal entries. In the first lecture, we discussed the acquisition of assets. In the second lecture, we discussed the purchase of goods, and these are the stepwise transactions which a business conduct from startup. So purchase of goods. Now we are going to discuss the third step, and that is sale of goods. Obviously, the goods which are purchased for resale purpose, the business will sell them to earn the profit. So sale of goods, again, as in case of purchase of goods, the business has two options. Either it sell these goods on cash or on credit. In both cases, we have provided the goods. The very first lecture, debit and credit rules, we have discussed that the value of goods or services provided is income. So our income has increased, so we have to credit an income account, and we name that income account as sales account. So sales account will be credited in both cases. Either the goods are sold on cash or on credit. In case the goods are sold on cash, the business will receive cash, and cash is an asset which is increased, so we will debit cash. In case the goods are sold on credit, the amount is receivable, and amount receivable is also an asset, and we will debit it as an asset. So receivable account will be debited as an asset. So in both cases, either cash is debited or receivable is debited, income has generated an asset. And you can say that expense ultimately consumes assets and income ultimately generates assets. Same as in case of liability, which was created in case of goods purchased on credit, here we have an asset receivable. So transaction is not settled yet. We have to receive money from customer. We may return some. The customer may return some goods to us. The customer may deny to pay an amount which he owes, etc., etc. So there are further transactions with the credit customer. So we will discuss them one by one. Again, the first transaction is receivable, debit, sales, credit. Say whatever is the amount. The other transaction which may take place with the customer is goods returned by customer. Number 2, cash received or check received. Here check is important because we are going to discuss another transaction, check dishonored. The check received in second transaction may get dishonored in later on, and we may charge some interest for late payment. There may be some bad debts, and finally bad debt recovered, which we will discuss later. So first transaction that may occur after the sales, that the customer has returned some goods to us, goods returned by customer. What will happen to this asset if we have to receive £1,000 from that customer and he has returned us the goods costing £200? The receivable will decrease by £200, and receivable is an asset which is decreased, so we will credit it, and sales income is decreased, so we will debit it with the addition of the word return. So sales return debit as decrease in income and receivable credit as decrease in asset. If we have received cash from the customer, so cash will increase, or if we have received check, the bank balance will increase. Both are asset, and when asset is increased, we debit it. So cash and bank balance are increased, so cash and bank debit, and the receivable asset will decrease because we no more have to receive that particular amount which he has paid. So receivable asset will decrease and cash and bank balance will increase. In case we have received the check, we have debited the bank with an anticipation that the amount will transfer to our account. We will discuss in later lectures that how the check is treated. Basically, it is most of you may know that the check is deposited in bank, and the amount is transferred directly into our account. So when we deposit the check in bank, we debit our bank account. We assume that the amount will be received, but later on there may be insufficient funds in the customer's account. There may be some error in signature or any other issue. The check may get dishonored. In case the check is dishonored, we will reverse this entry. In this entry, we have debited the bank account with the assumption that bank balance will increase, but actually it does not increase, did not increase. So we credit the bank account and increase the receivable again by debiting them. Now, if we offer him discount, which I have not discussed here, but if we offer discount to customer for prompt payment, we can charge some interest for late payment. Interest charged for late payment. If we have already discussed these terms, credit terms with the customer, that in case of late payment we will charge some interest, and he pays and he does not pay on due date, we will charge interest, and the amount of the value of the receivable will increase because we have charged interest. So we will debit receivable and credit interest as an income. It is our income. Receivable account will be debited by the amount of interest, and interest will be credited as income. Bad debt, that amount which the customer does not pay us, or the customer become bankrupt and the court orders that a certain amount will not be paid by the customer to his creditors, that amount is called bad debt. Bad debt, for example, a customer owes us pound 800 and he pays us pound 200 only. So pound 600 is the amount of bad debt. Total amount of how much we have to receive, pound 800, he paid us pound 200 only. The pound 600 is the value of bad debt. So we will decrease the receivable by full amount. Receivable will be credited by pound 800 because court has decided that he will pay only pound 200 to his creditors, or we can say that 40%, 200 something 25%, he will pay 25% to the creditors. So we have no option other than to receive pound 200. Cash received is only pound 200, so cash will be debited as an asset, increase in asset by pound 200. Pound 600 is bad debt, which is debited as an expense. loss, increase in expense or loss. The next entry is bad debt recovered. In this case, the court has decided that the customer will pay only 25% to his creditors. Sometimes there is a minute amount which is receivable from a specific customer for a long period of time. For example, we have to receive £20 from Mr. X, and it is shown in our books for 2-3 years, and finally we have decided to write it off as bad debts. There are two types of bad debts, one which were due to bankruptcy of the customer. These are decided by the management that the amount is no more, there is no chance for the recovery of the amount, so write them as bad. In this case, we write them off bad debt debit £20 and receivable credit. We delete our asset, we decrease our asset receivable and convert it into expense. Later on, Mr. X comes to our premises and he paid us £20, so it is bad debt recovered. First of all, we will reverse the initial entry, receivable debit £20 and bad debt credit, sometime bad debt credit, sometime bad debt recovered. Most better option is bad debt recovered account credit £20. It is our income. We add the word recovered, so expense is recorded separately from income. And as we have received the cash, so cash debit £20 and we will decrease our receivable by £20. Bad debt recovered. And the final and the last thing is discount. If we have received, for example, a customer owes us £800 and cash received £750 and discount allowed £50. Again, it is a cash discount. We discussed in case of purchases. Now we are allowing the discount. We have received the cash £750, but discount allowed is £50. It is debited as an expense loss and receivable will be credited by full amount £800.